Hey gamers, welcome back to a brand new DSP video. I have heard you, and I agree. I uploaded too many videos last time. It was like, what, 2 videos? That's too many. I got it. So we're gonna do something a little bit different. It's gonna be experimental. So I'm gonna upload at least one video a week. So this will be this week's video. Then next week will be another video, etc., etc. If there's something to talk about, I'm gonna make that clear. I'm not gonna just force videos out. If there's stuff I want to talk about, there you go. All right, let's fucking go. Here we go, guys. I got some vids on deck. That's right. We're gonna watch and discuss RTU and a few other stuff. So, sit back and let's go.
Get into our next segment. All right.
All right.
So here's the deal, everyone. All right.
Here's the deal.
Don't like bringing up certain people all the time, but every once in a while,
He only brings up other people when there's nothing else to talk about. He literally told us that, like this whole month, like few months he started doing this was literally, well, talk about it. There's nothing else to talk about, man. So since there's like nothing going on and he's just desperate for segments, let's go down the well and just do drama content because that's what meaningful content creators do, correct? And it's so funny, right? He says this about doing drama videos about RTU and all this stuff, like, oh, I'll do that when there's nothing else to talk about, which is the exact mentality he has shat on other people for doing. And he's doing it. He's doing the thing he hates. Ah, yes.
someone opens their mouth or acts like a fool, and then they get taken to task here on the show, right?
Right.
You notice every day I'm not talking about this person said this or that person did this. I don't really care, right? I'm not that kind of guy. But every once in a while, someone does something so embarrassing or so stupid or just so dumb that I feel like I have to bring it up on the show, okay?
Okay. All right.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
And so
Okay.
yesterday, I received word that Review Tech USA
He
was
received
streaming
word.
again. Now, for the record, Review Tech had already stated multiple times that he was taking a streaming hiatus to spend time with his family and he would return in 2025. He has now returned like 3 times already
Wow.
since he made that promise. So he's a liar.
Dude,
He's completely disingenuous.
DSP promised that he wasn't gonna get salty and rage at people in Street Fighter 6. Then within a week, he went back on that. He said that Rich was dead to him and he doesn't want to talk about him at all anymore. Like, what, 2-3 years ago? I think it's part of a deleted podcast, by the way, as well, because of copyright shit. So, he said he didn't want to talk about Rich like 5 times. And here we are, still talking about Rich. DSP is really not above what he just said. And another fun fact is that he started his stream on the late stream early, by the way. I know, shocker. And he said, I can't do overtime. Just last night, Sunday night, he did overtime. And you already know why he did overtime. If you're watching this video, you know why he was very desperate to do overtime Sunday night. Obviously, because the streak needed to be saved, and the whales were just not coming, so he had to like really drip it out of them. Like he like if he could really grab his whales by the collar and like shake them, he would. He definitely would.
Anyways, he's not spending time with his family. He's ready to run back to stream it.
Oh, look at this guy. He says this about Rich. Oh, he doesn't want to spend time with his family. By the way, didn't Rich's like wife like divorce him? Aren't they divorced? So what? Like he keeps bringing this up, like, oh, he has a family and this and that, but it's like I could have sworn they were divorced. I mean, I guess he could hang out with his daughter because of custody stuff, you know, sure, but does DSP know when is Rich's time to like take care of his daughter? I don't know. Like again, it's a very personal thing, and DSP just keeps like going after his family for some reason. And again, like if Yule did that to him, he'd be pissed about it. Like last night, he was like doing overtime. Imagine how mad he'd get, right? If the entire chat was telling Phil, why don't you hang out with your wife? Phil, why aren't you like leaving on time to spend time with your wife? Phil, you're not spending time with your wife. he told him to shut the fuck up and shit. And it's personal and all this stuff. But guess what? He's gonna say, well, Rich made it part of his content. Dude, you made it part of your content because you talked about your fucking wife all the time. Again, a lot of the stuff that he shits on Rich for is stuff he does too. Like, there's a reason why people keep memeing saying that they're brothers, basically.
At a moment's notice. Okay? So
So,
here's the deal, because
the
everyone
deal.
has been trying to cause drama recently. So just very frankly and matter of
it's
factly,
everyone else's fault.
I don't know what's going on with Kino Casino. I don't know about any drama. You know, they have their own detractors. They all
Look how little he cares about what goes on. Like, you know, I didn't know anything. I just knew, like, you know, Andy Orski is like as a weirdo and, you know, fucked up and shit. Sure. And then the aim shit. But other than that, I don't know much about it. Then I saw that, oh, he was a coke addict, then he relapsed on coke, all this stuff. And how come I know more about that, about what's going on, than the dude who hanged out with them? This is really like DSP's hanging out with like a bad crowd, and everyone's telling DSP, hey, the people you're around are bad people. And he's like, no, they're not. They're cool. And like behind him, they're doing like crack, and they're like doing all kinds of shit. And then he turns around, they all hide it from him because they don't want DSP to be mad, right? It's that kind of shit.
always have, right? And they deal with the same kind of harassment and shit like I do, just on a different level and a different scale.
But then again, I love the detractor stuff that he always says for people he likes, by the way. Oh, these people don't like these guys because they're detractors, and they say whatever, man. But then when he goes through, like, Rich's detractors, they're all factual and based. But when it's people about him and people he likes, these detractors are lying. I wonder why he feels that way.
I guess right now the detractors are saying shit about them, and I have absolutely no clue about any of it because I'm not in the loop. I'm not privy to any behind the scenes data or any, like, I don't know anything.
But they explain
Right?
it.
Nothing.
The stuff he
I only
watches
just started
explains the
having
the
any
drama.
kind of conversation or collaboration with them in all.
Literally, with all of this stuff, it's like he wants a police report. Like, people are saying that Andy was on cocaine. Well, guys, you better fucking hope a police saw that and they reported it, because if it's just by eyewitnesses, they're not telling the truth and they're all detractors and crazy. He needs like an official announcement, like PPP and the police and all these government bodies will all have to stand up in front of cameras, say, guys, Andy Worski, he's doing coke again, and then he'd believe them. Like, that's the extent that he needs in order to believe it. Other than like reading people's like word, like I understand in the sense that when you get an accusation online, you don't want to necessarily believe it immediately because it could be exaggerated, it may not be accurate or whatever. And I get the cynicism by thinking that way. But at some point, you're either gonna have to read it and say, this might be true and all this stuff, and make or just judge it on yourself instead of just be like, I don't know. It is what it is, and then like act as if it's like completely made up. I mean, there's stuff you can kind of like read between the lines sometimes too. Like it's intermittent. It's just this dude is definitely afraid, whatever. He's afraid of being proven wrong and making a statement and having to correct it because apparently that's an impossible thing. Like I'm gonna use Bayonetta as an example of this because Bayonetta 3 was announced that they were changing the voice actors from whoever the person was, I can't remember her name, to Jennifer Hale. And a lot of people were like torn on that. They thought it was you know what? This is bad. I don't remember the drama now between this. Because I don't remember if it was a contract dispute or what or something, but people initially blamed Kamiya for it. Like, oh, Kamiya did this, you know, whatever. And then people are like, well, I'm glad I'm wrong, but you know, I still feel this way about this. Something like that. Terrible example. Never mind. I barely remember. I just remember that the original VA was like making a lot of Twitter videos. I think it was about like she wanted to get paid more, and he said no, but it was like I think it was just how they went about that negotiation, and it was just like, okay, we'll just get someone else. Like it was something like that. It was something like that. It was like a dispute on pay, and everyone was like shitting on Camille initially because they're like, why don't you pay her more? But then I think it was that she was asking for like too much money that was unreasonable. It was something like that, and then people were like, okay, well, it was that kind of thing. Like, look. Initially, people thought that Camille was being an asshole, but then it came out that she was the one being unreasonable, and people were like, "Oh, look, I'm fine being wrong about this, but I also think that Camille has other issues and all that kind of stuff." That's a more well balanced take to have because you're still acknowledging, yeah, I'm wrong about this, but I still have other like issues that is not resolved by this either. But these just cannot do that big brain thinking because I mean, look at him. I don't think he does a lot of thinking.
August. Okay? So I literally have no idea
like
what's going on over there, nor do I care. Right? It's none of my business,
he
quite
doesn't
frankly.
care. He doesn't care what's going on with his friends. Again, if like let's take the drama stuff aside and just focus on the fact that Andy's on coke again, or he's doing cocaine again, right? If you've talked to someone and you told them that they are your gaming soulmate, like DSP did to Andy, wouldn't you kind of care about your friend or whatever relapsing and going back on coke? I mean, sure, there might be an extent like, look, I've been there for this person for like 10 years and he's still doing this, whatever. But he just met Andy this year, and he already is like, I don't know. And it's like, man, you don't care that dude you talked to is on cocaine and a very addictive drug that ruins lives. But this dude will go on and on about how Rich needs to stop weed. Oh my god, Rich is doing edibles. Oh my god, he's doing like weed, guys. This is terrible. Andy does cocaine, which is a harder drug. And he's like, oh, I don't know, it is what it is, man.
Business as usual over here. We're busy. We got tons of stuff to do, right? So I have no idea what's going on. But if you haven't noticed, the last couple of days, people have been coming by in my chat and trying to stir up big drama. First, they're trying to say stuff like,
dude, they're asking you this because you talk to them all the time, supposedly.
Like I'm involved? No, I don't even know what you're talking
about. They're not asking you as if you're involved. You talk to them all the time. Like, the thing is, see, this is the other funny thing about him constantly telling us, I'm talking with the Kino boys. I'm talking with them. I watch their stream. And this then, like, and all this other stuff. He's a mod in their chat, correct? But he says on multiple podcasts, I talk to them. We're working stuff out, this and that. Like, telling us that he's constantly talking with them. Of course they're gonna ask DSP about this current situation with Andy because people are just curious about his either opinion or if he has any insight because he talks to them. Now, he probably doesn't have any idea, sure, but it's not a random weird thing that people would ask him, right? Like, come on.
About then they're trying to ask me about stuff and I'm like, I don't know anything. Like, I really don't know why you guys are bothering me about this. It has nothing to do with me, and I don't have any input. I don't have any data, nothing, right? So I don't even know what's going on. It could very much be bullshit, completely all nonsense made up by detractors, right? I don't know. I don't care either. So that's why you notice I'm not even saying a word about any of it because it's none of my business. I'm not going to speak about something I'm uninformed about. But what's happened is everyone out there who doesn't like.
By the way, I just love that he had a guy on Twitter reply to him showing him that, hey, Andy is like this kind of guy, by the way, and DSP like just mocked the dude for having like not a lot of followers. Like, that was the big concern there, the amount of followers the dude had, not what was shown to him.
Casino, because perhaps these are people who get made fun of on the casino, have basically tried to strike.
This is kind of lame. Listen to this.
What's happened is everyone out there who doesn't like the casino, because perhaps these are people who get made fun of on the casino.
Now, DSP literally said this kind of content is toxic and all this other stuff, but he's kind of like saying like, oh, these people who don't like him, they probably get made fun of them. So does that make Kino Casino look like a bunch of cool guys to be friends with? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever.
Have basically tried to strike at the casino now in the past couple of days. And so did you really think that Review Tech, with the way that he's been completely destroyed by the casino and me this year, was going to do anything but
Wait, what?
the past couple of days? And so did you really think that Review Tech, with the way that he's been completely destroyed by the casino and me this year, was going to do anything but take a shot at them? So that's what
I love that, like, Rich cannot ever fire back to anyone that made fun of him, right? Like Kino Casino and DSP and this, that, like DSP seems to have this weird, like, I guess it's not weird for people like DSP because, you know what I'm saying, but he seems to really hate that certain people that he doesn't like gets to respond. Like, he doesn't like that they respond. Like he just wants them to eat it, basically. And that's a very peculiar way of behaving. Like, that's kind of like what an abuser does. They like their victim to not fight back, usually, right? I mean, if you're an abuser, you wouldn't want your victim to fight back, but you're an abuser, so, you know, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
What he did yesterday. Now, I'm not here to even talk about that. I don't care. What I'm here to talk about is what he did on his stream, which is so ridiculous. I don't even want to, like, spoil it yet. I just want to show you what I mean. So let's go ahead.
This is so ridiculous, guys. So ridiculous.
And jump over to the Twitter timeline, of course.
All right,
and
to the Twitter timeline.
Here are some clips from his stream yesterday. You ready?
Are you ready?
All right, let me. Cog, are you on Twitter, my dude? I think you are. I think you responded to me on Twitter. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'll check right now and look for you. I think I.
So he's live.
Okay.
On his stream.
All right.
And somehow it becomes an idea or a decision. He's going to have Cog on his stream as a guest. But he didn't plan it out. He didn't do any logistics.
See, this is, like, really silly, right? He's like, he didn't plan it out. I mean, he probably knows how Discord works, or, hey, I'm not going to capture the screen of Cog coming in. I'll just capture the audio, and there you go. But since DSP is, like, a very unique individual, you have to plan things out and then have, like, a structure. Because, you know, everything is a show. Dude, he's just streaming and he's just, like, shooting the shit. Whatever.
Work or technical work behind the scenes at all. He basically just decides on the fly in the middle of his live stream to do this. Why? Because he doesn't have any content. Get it? Like, he just, I'll just do this now. I didn't think about doing.
You know what's really funny, right? In reality, DSP, this guy, literally plans things on the seat of his pants or whatever the fuck the phrasing is. He does the same shit. There are podcasts where he's like, I don't really anything to talk about, so this isn't really planned. We'll just shoot the shit, man. Whatever. Okay. And also, if you look at the interviews, the only thing that he plans is just the day and the guest. That's as far as the planning DSP does. When it comes to actually doing it, it is just as last minute as this. In a lot of ways. Just watch the interviews. They're all sloppily put together. Everything DSP does is literally the energy of a dude finishing up their school homework or project the night before. Like, the teacher would give you a whole ass month to do a project, and DSP will do it the night before. That's the energy DSP puts into these things.
Doing this beforehand, because that would take, like, coherent thought and effort, but I'll just do it now. Where is he? Is he on Twitter? What's his account? How could I possibly... So from what I'm going to understand, this took about 30 minutes for him to logistically get this to finally...
How long did it take for DSP to get Boogie, Wings, and Rich to respond? How long did it take for him to get Rich to respond? Again, Rich was ready within a week, and DSP was like being weird in his DMs about it.
Work. Like, he really couldn't get anything to work on the show. But let's
I
continue.
follow you.
I might fast forward here
Must
a bit. Okay, are you ready? Here it
Follow
is.
you.
All right, here we go.
You like the background?
There you go. I'll be working.
Hey, man, you're DSP's your biggest fan, from what
Let's
I
make
hear.
sure that all my stuff's coming through correctly.
Can you hear me?
So he gets Cog on his show. His first words out of his mouth.
Do you like my background? That was his first words, his factual first words. Do you like my background?
Our DSP is your biggest fan from what I've heard.
This is just, oh my god, man. Dude, it's just banter. It's just banter, man.
Not even hello.
Oh my god, dude, this is such a boomer thing. This is like, it's like, no one says goodbye on the phone anymore. Like, sure, basic etiquette dictates to say hello and goodbye, but you don't need to say it. It's like, it's a thing that's like, it would be nice, but you don't need to say it at the same time. It's not like a thing you will die for. Like, are you really gonna die on the hill of no one saying hi anymore? Oh, okay, dude. You know what? Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to the Tolo stream. The best stream. My favorite stream. Let's see. Oh god, this is gonna be a pain. Oh god. Why is it not cooperating? I just oh my god.
Thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having
Here. And likely I have to adjust your volume level. And I'm hoping by do that now there's gonna be a shadow. It's a pain in
Wow,
days
look
that I
how
can't do a
prepared
regular
this
pod-
is.
the time to cover it.
He couldn't
Maybe
even
be
use the right
watching,
camera.
Oh
my god, he looks fucking
for 8
ghoulish
straight
in
days.
this. Jesus.
I'll stop recording it with
Okay, can we like, where does he get him on?
and do this here.
Look, he's
And
so
I think I gotta
prepared.
do this.
Dude, this is the day of the fucking podcast. That he's gonna talk to Tolo, and this is what he's doing. Look at what he's doing.
From Inslet.
Rich
remember
got
correct.
caught on within 30 minutes or so. This is 30 minutes of fucking around. I mean, this is including the pre-stream, by the way, but you know, fuck him. I'm gonna be
Shoot. Oh, okay, hold on.
I'm gonna be fucking
I'll
petty
go to
like
my
that.
friends list.
He's learning Discord. He did 2 other fucking interviews, and he's like learning Discord again.
All right, let me get him on here. But it will get better in time. Find out.
I don't think it's
All
gonna
right,
get better in
let's see what
time.
happens here.
This is
And
the
the
last
microphone
podcast, the last interview.
So hold on one second.
Oh my god, hold on for 1
We will
second.
begin. Thank you so much for coming on, by the way, but we haven't. If I click on that. Oh, wait. Well, it's going to say just no signal, so I guess I should just go full screen with me. Okay. Think we're good to go. Everyone can hear us, by the way, but we haven't really begun yet.
Alrighty.
Oh, he didn't say hello.
And I don't think there's a way to have us both look equal. Let's just get it all the participants here.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yes, but you are
Man.
very low. So hold on one second.
So Tolo was the first one to say hello. DSP called him, didn't say hello. Tolo said hello. Unless I'm like missing something.
All right, here we go. See if Hopefully this looks good. We're about to find out. All right, let's see what happens here. And the microphone is on. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's see if this works.
Hello?
Let's see if this works. And then he says nothing until Tolo says hello. Wow. But guys, Rich is the unprofessional one here. Like, if we're gonna like hold Rich over the ashes for not saying hello and saying DSP's your biggest fan, even though the first thing it says, "Do you like my background?" Then what was that? He calls him. Like, if I call you, right? I'm gonna call you right now. I'm gonna say hello. Oh, actually, no, wrong. If I call you, you should be the one to say hello. So I guess that makes sense. But this is a different context because this is going through Discord, and this is also like, I mean, I guess it could go either way. But Jesus, regardless, DSP said nothing until Tolo said hello and just sat there and then said, "Oh, hello." But he was still like setting up and all this other shit. Like, look how long it took. Look how long it took.
Have to adjust your volume level.
We're adjusting volume levels. He couldn't do this
setup.
before.
So let's see.
Like, why couldn't he get him on before?
All the way up. Let's see how that
and he could do
sounds
this.
now.
He could have done this
Closer.
off stream.
How about now?
That is much, much, much better. And this to look a little better.
Okay.
Daytime, so live in a fucking zoo.
All right. So for the record, we're now live, and I'm going to start recording, and we will begin.
All right.
Awesome.
What does he say at the beginning of the recording? Okay, let's see.
All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a special edition of the Level 1 podcast. Today I have a guest. It is the internet streamer, gamer, and Twitch content creator, Tolomeo. Is it Tolomeo or Tolomeo? I always forget.
Can't even say his name correctly.
He can't even say his name correctly. He doesn't know what his name is. So get this, guys. Okay, get this. DSP gets Tolomeo onto his show, and he doesn't know how to say his name. Oh, God.
Like, literally that.
How are you? Welcome to my show.
How are
His
you?
first words out of this obsessed man's mouth is DSP is your biggest fan.
Man.
This guy is
This is such a stretch.
welcome to my show. His first words out of
Like, it's so crazy. This is the contention. This is the part that DSP is fixated on. It is so insane.
this obsessed man's mouth is DSP is your biggest fan. This guy is fucking nuts. He is literally sitting in his room with a green screen, and he has superimposed himself onto my set.
Superimposed. So what? Dude, who cares? People fucking white knight. I was gonna say white knight for some reason. Green screen themselves in the fucking White House. You see the president freaking out? God, like, you know what? We're gonna see maybe in the future we're gonna get a president that's gonna like do address the nation. Guys, I saw streamers on the internet who green screen themselves in the White House. We cannot let this pass. We're gonna pass legislation to federally prosecute streamers who think it's funny to stream in the White House, and they will be charged, and we will get them. Like, it's insane. Dude, it's just a green screen.
He actually stole my set. Why did he do this?
How did he steal your set? Your set's still there.
Because my set is 4,000 times better than anything he's ever done. And he knows it.
No.
And he's jealous as fuck.
Like, honestly, his backdrop, in a way, it's kind of similar to DSP's. Like, think about it. Let's see. We may have to go to a streaming channel or whatever the fuck, but Okay, we can just do this.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is basically his background. We're just a lamp and then, like, a monitor. It's literally the same as his anyway. Think about it. I mean, the lamp is pretty much like the PlayStation logo. And then the monitor is the fucking Devoom. But this isn't a modern review tech. Oh man. This is some bullshit. But let's go to modern. Let's go to the modern side.
We feel that way together.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't want to fucking watch his fucking bullshit. I just want him full screen. Okay, he's just been doing this. This is his setup now. Okay. It's fucking stupid. But whatever. It's like, no, it's not that different, and it's like, who cares? Whatever.
Fuck. This crazy man
Crazy
wishes
man.
that he was Darkside Phil. Right?
I love that this is the dude that's saying that Rich is a crazy man, as DSP has everything like there that has his face on it. He has merch that has his face on it that he wears. He has his face as a king, by the way. He calls himself a king, by the way. Has his name as Philomania in the background. He has himself his face superimposed on Hulk Hogan's body. He has all this stuff. Isn't that kind of crazy? Does DSP want to be like Hulk Hogan? Is that why he put his face on his body? Like, this is really dumb. Like, shut up, man.
Right now, he wishes that he was sitting right here broadcasting this show to you. He wishes that he was happily married. He wishes that Jasper Kitty was his cat.
What the fuck is this?
He wishes that he...
This is... Again... DSP gets the gold medal of finding the fucking weirdest ways to dunk on people that isn't really dunks and makes him look worse in comparison. Like, what is this?
This man is obsessed with me. He wants to be like me.
He was sitting right here broadcasting.
He's getting all of this of him just simply green screening himself in front of his set. He's getting all of this from just that.
This show to you. He wishes that he was
man.
happily married. He wishes
Does
that
he?
Jasper Kitty was his cat. He wishes that he had
Did he say this? Did he go around? Was there a Discord link where Rich was like, I wish I had Jasper Kitty?
everything that I had this year and then some. He is
And then some?
insanely jealous and he is nuts. I mean,
What?
no lie, I feel like if he could.
How is he getting this from just him doing this? Look at this. You look at this. Doesn't it really look like Rich is going crazy? Like, you know, I rewatched Perfect Blue again last night. Fantastic movie. Love that movie. DSP like thinks that's his life. He thinks he's Memerin? Mimi? Memerin. I'm gonna say Mimi. Fuck it. That's gonna be her name. Mimi. He thinks he's her. No, you're not, okay? Stupid.
He would rip my skin off my body and wear it on his at this point. You know, like some crazy, you know, like Silence of the Lambs shit.
Silence of the
I
Lambs
believe
shit?
it.
Sure.
At this
okay.
point, I totally 100% believe it.
From what?
This is
how does he get this from this? Look at this. This is so silly.
scary. This isn't.
This is scary. And this has lost all fucking meaning. Literally. He says, oh, I'm so scared Keem's gonna get me, guys. Do I need to fill out a restraining order? And this and that for Keem. He said the same shit about Duty. Guys, he even said in that stream he talked about Duty that is like, is he autistic? Because I know that autistic people are very focused individuals that like get fixate on things. Like, for some reason, he was fixated on if Duty was autistic. That's kind of fucked up. Secondly, so he says about duty. Then, like, right after that, he still talks about duty. I thought you were scared of him. But yet he keep bringing him up and making fun of him. But this dude's like, duty may come and kill me, guys. I'm scared of duty. But now he's, like, shitting on him. And we're doing it again about Rich. This has lost all meaning. Saying this stuff this much makes it sound like a cartoon world. Like, Disney wants us, the viewer, to give a shit what he has to say, but why should we when he said this stuff about 10 other things that happened? And this guy always tells, I'm not like Stuart Little, guys. I don't look at, no, Chicken Little. I'm not like Chicken Little. Stuart Little is something completely different. I'm not Chicken Little. I'm not gonna scream the sky is falling, but that's what this is. He's crying about Rich being crazy, being a crazy stalker, over him just doing this, which is like nothing, literally.
He thinks it's funny. He doesn't understand that this is actual mental illness and this is scary behavior. You're telling me you actually are...
Dude, it would be more scary. Like I think these two would have more of an argument if, like, Rich green screened himself in a room that we don't know about, that DSP knows. Like let's say that Rich is green screening himself in, like, his parents' bedroom. Okay, yeah, that's kind of creepy. Why would he have that backdrop, right? And then, like, in the picture, it's like his parents just sitting on the bed. Like, yeah, that would be kind of creepy, but he green screened himself in a room that's in, like, 486 episodes of the Level 1 podcast. Like, this is, like, the least creepy thing you can do. Like, there's creepy things people can do to people. This ain't it. This ain't it, man.
Superimposing yourself onto me? And you think that this is funny? And then again, I'm going to get a guest on...
Again, it got this response. This response is pretty funny. All he did was something very basic. And this dude is saying this. He has watched videos of people doing impersonations of him. Like, literal impersonations. This guy isn't even impersonating him. He's just sitting there. And he's like, he's impersonating me. And this is the same guy that cried and cried that Rich always has the fap face in his backdrop. Where's the fap face, Phil? I thought he loves the fap face. Why doesn't he have it on the backdrop? This dude is so stupid.
On my show, the first words out of the mouth are, hey, I heard our DSP's your biggest fan. Huh?
Huh?
For the record, I've talked about Cog twice on the Level 1 podcast. There were 2 segments I did about him. The first was the segment where I made fun of him because his Discord leaked, where he was making fun of me. And then the second was saying, hey, look, my entire plan worked. I talked about Cog on my show. My idiotic detractors ran over there and paid him money so that he would imitate me. And so the experiment worked. That was an experiment to see if I mentioned...
This is so stupid. This is... Like, that experiment is the dumbest experiment. I'm gonna experiment to give this guy money. Oh, he gave him money? Like, that's kind of endorsing him in a way. Think about it. And, you know, he tells people, copy your betters. Copy your betters. You should do what they do. This and that. And Rich took that advice, correct? By copying his betters. And look at him now. DSP is terrified. Is DSP terrified that maybe Rich is gonna surpass him in the content department? Maybe that's what it is. Guys, I think that's what it is. DSP is terrified that if Rich keeps doing this, he's gonna eventually eclipse DSP's career. And DSP will and then it will switch that Rich will slowly become the Renaissance man that's going through a resurgence, and DSP is gonna go through a downfall. That's what he's scared of. He's like, he's seeing the writing on the wall. Rich is gonna slowly start to build up a new viewer base, and he's gonna become successful, and then DSP's gonna get new detractors that are gonna ruin his life again. He's seeing it play out. He's scared, guys. This is terrifying stuff. We're seeing the fall of the Roman Empire for the 15th time.
Someone, will someone go over and pay them to hate on me? And it 100% worked. Okay. And that was it. Like every once in a while, people will bring up the same thing, but nothing. I haven't brought this guy up at all. And quite frankly, I don't care about him in the least. He's an insignificant human in the scope of things. Okay. I don't give a shit about.
If he's in, well, I guess he's saying Cog is insignificant. Oh, okay. Good for you then, I guess.
Cock. So why would he even say the first words out of his mouth? Oh, you know, I heard Phil's your biggest fan. What are you talking about? I've mentioned the man twice. And
you know what? Hold up.
I don't give a shit about Cock. So why would he even say the first words out of his mouth? Oh, you know, I heard Phil's your biggest fan. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I've mentioned the man twice.
I thought it was
And it was
the
to
way
prove a
around.
point and to do a little experiment with my detractors, and now it's over. You're crazy.
But the thing is, as well, is that this is just a reaction that could have been a response to something that happened like back then that they're just doing now. They're not talking about something that happened recently with DSP and Cog. They're just talking about the time that you interacted with him. That's it. That's all it is.
And you want to be me, and it's incredibly disturbing. Let's continue.
Where is he getting this? Like, you know, I'm thinking, okay, when I first watched this, I was thinking, okay, maybe we're gonna see Rich slowly do some DSP stuff, but it never happens. So all of this, like, he wants to be me crap, is based on just that he green screened himself in front of his set, which is like a nothing thing. His streams are, it's just a green screen, man. Like, dude, let's go back to this stupid fucking stream he did, right?
Right.
Does he want to be Aspen Gold? He's in front of Aspen Gold right now. Huh? Okay, let's see. Oh, he's in front of an AI image of a giant cock. Does he want to be a cock? Okay, where is it? YouTube? So he wants to be a YouTube channel? Huh? Does he do like anything else? Or is it just this? You know, this is good to his streaming channel. Live? Let's see. Okay, he was in the level 1 dungeon in that stream. What about this stream? Oh, this is like 8 seconds. Oh, okay, that was probably an accident. He probably didn't mean to stream that. Let's see, how long was he in? Oh, okay. See, there's the fap face. Oh shit, guys! Rich wants to be on his lap as he's fapping. Guys, he wants to sit on his lap. That during the fappening. That's disturbing. I hope DSP watches this and talks about this on his stream. He should. He actually should. He should be like, guys, so Rich did another crazy stream. Look at this. Dude. So like he's sitting there while I was doing my incident. Rich, I'm not into that. Okay, I have a wife. Okay, I'm not interested in Rich. Okay, I'm not interested in that. Rich, why are you doing this? Rich, I'm not into that. You should definitely do that. I mean, I hope DSP watches this segment and then he gets like very creepy vibes from it because I mean, look at it, man, and the lights are on. On top of that, he made it so that it looks like the lights were on. Yeah, crazy shit, man, crazy.
Bear with me. I've not used this before, so there we go.
Who did the lip smack?
You're crazy. You know, I heard Phil's your biggest fan. What are you talking about? I've mentioned disturbing. Let's continue.
Bear with me. I've not used this before, so there we go. There you go.
That part.
Take your time. Phil is your biggest fan, from what I hear.
A lot, DSP.
And again, this is coming from hearsay that Rich is responding to, by the way. But who cares? Whatever.
Fucking retard. I can't really put it any other way. Oh, sorry. Am I okay to say that on your show? I say it on my show,
Yes,
isn't it?
I say retard all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, cool.
And then DSP face palms, which is really funny because DSP said the R slur as well. He said it, not me. He said it.
So the first words out of Cog's mouth
Not,
is a
well,
slur that you're not supposed to say.
I mean, he said other words before that, but I love this part where he says a slur that you're not supposed to say, and this is gonna be very petty. I guess petty would be a way to describe it, but to me, it kind of made me just think a little bit, right? You know, I don't like using the R slur because I understand that it's an offensive term that's just offensive, so I just don't want to use it. I mean, if other people want to use it, I'm not gonna stop you. I just don't want to use it because I just don't want to say any slurs. I don't want to say anything that's hateful, etc., etc., etc. I mean, there are times where accidents happen, but I intend to like try not to say slurs and stuff like that, like anyone would. But DSP says a slur you're not supposed to say, which to me just implies that people just don't say it because they're not supposed to, when it's more of just common etiquette or courtesy. It's like, it's I don't know how to describe it, because it's like you're in class and you're like, oh, you're not supposed to say this, okay? That's a bad word. Like a parent scolding their child for saying bastard, bitch, fuck, whatever, because you obviously don't want to say swears in front of your parents, right? When you're a kid. So yeah, you're not supposed to say that. But like, at some point when you get older, you understand, oh, this is why these words are bad and harmful, and it has like very like negative derogatory meaning. So I don't want to use that because it's going to be derogatory to a whole group of people that I don't want to offend or whatever. But this guy's saying like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to say. I mean, it's petty to be fair, but it's another insight on how he acts, in the sense that like, he's not doing this out of the goodness of his heart or that he's a mature person or anything. He's doing it because he doesn't want to be in trouble, which is completely different in different context than just simply just being like, look, I don't want to use any slurs. And it's stuff I've said about his like little PC behavior for years when he was on Twitch, is that it's all an act and he only does it so he doesn't get banned, not because he genuinely believes the shit he's saying. And that's like a common like DSP trait.
Right? And then Rich proceeds to clap like this above his own head. And the insane ripples of fat on his arms, it looks like there's like an ocean going out.
He can't really mock him when he has oceans on his arms too. But okay. Oh man, this is when the tips come in, baby. That face when the tips hit just right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me? Like, this is content. This is the epitome of content. Right? Again, what was the point that I made recently? I said, you have to understand, for some reason, okay?
So what is the again, you're watching this thinking, okay, we're going to get to a point. There is no point. Literally, there's no point. This was him just saying this, and he's like, he didn't want to talk about the subject of the video, which was about Kino Casino, and then he was like, I don't want to talk about this because I don't know anything about this, and I don't want to know. But I'm tagged in this tweet. How can I make this about me?
This whole thing. All of this. It's all about me.
How can I do that? Oh, Rich is crazy and he wants to be me. That's the angle I should go for. So this whole segment is just him trying to stretch out this whole thing to make it seem that Rich is crazy, which is even crazier than what Rich did.
I am not crazy.
My existence on the internet as a YouTuber and as a streamer has created It is reverberated. It's like this multiverse ripple, right? Like,
Oh
and
my
everything
God.
changes.
And then I love it, like multiverse has to make these sound effects. Are we fucking babies that need sound effects? Fucking fine. You know, we should do a sound effect of how it is when you drink bleach. I just want to hear what that sounds like.
All of this content and all of this stuff seems to be just because I exist, right? Like,
My God.
do I-
Dude, the reason why you're even brought up was because you were you interacted with them. You did streams with them. It's not that deep.
I even care about Review Tech or COG. No, I don't. I don't watch them. I rarely bring them up. And then every once in a while, someone's like, hey, Phil, check this out. And I look at it and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That's not real. Wait, it is. This is all real. Like, at first, someone sent me this screenshot. I thought this was a Photoshop. I was like, oh, that's funny. Someone Photoshopped Rich onto me, you know, because everyone says he wishes he was me, you know, he's jealous and everything.
This?
That's why he talks.
Who said this? Who? LARPers? Jade? Who? I've never seen anyone say this. Except for DSP.
About me constantly. So I get the joke. And people were like, no, it's not a joke. Go watch the show. I was like, what?
Someone made a tweet saying that, like, back when he did that King Be Cruel rant about when he was called being cringe, and someone said that Kino Casino, like, kind of interrupted what was brewing, what was cooking there. And I think that as much as that did change trajectory from what was happening, I also think that that insanity manifested in another way. And we're seeing that happen in real time. I have never seen anyone act this blatantly delusional in, like, ever. And this guy did a fucking politics stream talking about Trump derangement syndrome, and this he made very extreme stories to talk about that, and it was kind of like it was a stupid segment, honestly. But anyways, he talked about that, but this is like, he's more deranged. I mean, these other things have again, those are very extreme examples, so I'm not gonna try to paint a clear connection to that. But as far as, like, he did that, reads these extreme stories, then goes on the next day, because I think this is Friday, he goes on and acts like this. And this is kind of like a deranged take of what's not even going on. Again, this is about Kino Casino, and DSP is talking about Rich doing this and how Rich is obsessed with him. That's kind of deranged thought process, honestly.
What? And then they sent me this clip, and I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck? You can't make it up. You literally can't make it up, man. It's insanity. So, I think in this 5 minutes, they barely even say anything. So I don't even think I'm going to watch the whole thing. Maybe I'll skim around.
Let's not
But,
watch
like,
the whole thing.
There's basically nothing of substance. Okay? But let's just listen a little more.
Cool.
Let's look here. We can't read the top part because he's blocking it. Classic. Will the Filtered Four be able to put aside their differences to unite to strike back against the casino? COG and RTU are now following each other and streaming together. Okay. Ralph defended RTU when he hosted Alex Rosen. Okay. But could he ever bury the hatchet and with a spirit who hunted him down? What the fuck? See, the Ralph stuff sounds kind of crazy. This sounds crazy. But whatever. Okay.
Yeah, so Phil's just a bit of a retard. So Phil blocked me on Twitter because he got told by Kino Casino to do so. I've never messaged.
I did not block him on Twitter because Kino Casino told me to do so. I don't even know who he is. Likely I blocked him on Twitter, if I even did, because he was probably saying dumb shit on my timeline. So I blocked him so I didn't have to see him. Just like everyone else. I use my Twitter mostly for business purposes. I barely ever put personal tweets or anything up on my X timeline. Okay? So if I block you at this point, it's probably because I just don't want to be bothered with bullshit. Like, Rich is blocked because every time he tweeted at me, a million idiots would respond to his tweet with dumb memes and shit, and my whole timeline would be filled up with crap. So I blocked them because I don't want to have crap on my timeline.
But, you know, I'm thinking about this, right? That, I blocked Rich and it's gonna, like, not be in my timeline. but Rich can still tag DSP, and sure, maybe that won't be notified to DSP, but wouldn't the replies also be notified to him? Like, I don't know, maybe not. I don't know.
And I want to be using it for work, right? So I don't understand what this guy think. Like, Cog is so obsessed with Kino Casino that he's convinced that every negative thing that happens to him in life has to do with them. So because I blocked him on Twitter, likely because he said something dumb, and I blocked him because I didn't want my timeline full of filth, he assumes, oh, it's because Phil has association with Kino Casino this year, so they must have told him to do it. Do you really think? Yes, okay, here's actually what happens, okay? Every single day, when I turn off my stream...
So, by the way, if this is a simple misunderstanding, why not just say that? Like, if it's a misunderstanding, then that's what it is. But DSP wants to be very negative about it when DSP has also made misunderstandings, and then like gets mad when people like make fun of him for misunderstanding the thing he misunderstood.
The first thing I do is I open up our super secret shared documentation online. We have a shared...
Hilarious.
I'm not allowed. It's called the key for people to make money. We sit there with a blacklist and we block people all over the internet. What the fuck is he talking about?
What are you talking about?
Again, these people are nuts. These people are legitimately insane.
Before that.
Oh
and then
my God. That's really the reason he...
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry.
crazy.
So he just blocked you because he was their lapdog? That's only the only reason.
100%. 100%.
Oh.
You have no evidence of anything because it didn't happen. He just says it as fact. This is exactly what my detractors do. They say something. Oh, well, if that were good, that would be bad for Phil if that were true. Well, let's just say it's true then. And then they all repeat it as a meme, and they all believe it because they're morons, even though it's not real and there's no actual
no one thinks like
evidence
this,
of any.
by the way. Like it's very situational about like, oh, this must be true kind of shit. It's very situational. But like, I mean, come on. All right.
That's exactly what my brain dead detractors do. They have become detractors. They just don't realize it.
This is so dumb. It's so stupid. They become detractors. Like, detractors are like just people who disagree with
not real, and there's no actual evidence of any of it. That's exactly what my brain dead detractors do.
But no one's saying this saying, oh, this would be bad if true. So let's say it's true. No one said that. I mean, the only way they would say that would be if they're doing an example of something. Say, oh, this would be bad if it's true. But let's say that DSP did this and then that happened. But it's like, yeah, it's hypothetical. But no one's saying that's true. They're just looking at what's going on, and they're speculating. Sure, you can say the speculating is negative, but you know, you're a dumbass.
They have become detractors. They just don't realize it because they're so stupid. It's the same cultish mentality. We hope.
Then what is this though? Again, how does DSP have evidence that Rich wants to be him? Oh, people told him that. Okay, so what's Cog's evidence that DSP blocked him because Kino Casino? Oh, people told him. This is the same shit, dude.
Hope it's true. We want it to be true, right? So now let's just say it that it's true. Okay.
Oh, and that's the reason he started making video or live streaming talking about you and shit?
Yeah. I'd never atted him before that point, and then I only did to point out he blocked me.
Someone sent me, it wasn't Kino Casino, someone sent me Cog's Discord link showing that Cog was talking shit about me. So I said, I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm going to do a test.
It's so weird, right? I still think it's kind of odd and sus, right? That DSP claimed he blocked Cog like years ago. I kind of don't believe he did. I believe that the dude who sent him the Discord leaks was what triggered DSP to block him. I think that's what happened. I think that's what really happened, in my opinion, but whatever.
With my detractors. That's all Cog ever was. He was a test. The guy gets like 2 viewers. Who the fuck? Why would I care if he talks shit about me? He's a nobody, right?
So
but I said, can I do a
then?
test here where we do a segment on this guy, this nobody, and then my detractors will go support him. And that's exactly what happened.
This is the dumbest fucking. I'm so glad he's not a scientist.
That day he streamed and he imitated me. He was putting on glasses and a vest and a hat, despite the fact that I had already retired those.
Again, just remember, DSP say copy your betters. And I love that he said by this point I retired all this stuff, but he retired it in phases, right? He phased it out. So he was still kind of doing it, but he was working to not do it anymore. Which is very disingenuous when you consider why he stopped doing it is when he got the most amount of money. And he had all these eyes on him. It was like he started to get a little self-conscious and wanted to stop doing it and all this other bullshit. Because he only did it because he wasn't getting perceived new viewers. I should make that very clear because he thinks he's getting all these new viewers, but it's really not. But he didn't have perceived new viewers. He felt like he had a smaller audience, so he was more willing to do these little routines to get their money. But now that he has like a bigger audience, he doesn't feel like he needs to do any tricks anymore. This dude is very, very, very straightforward in his little scams here, by the way.
Things, but he's so out of the loop and dumb, he didn't know that. So he did everything like I used to do, and then my detractors went and gave him hundreds of dollars that day. Now, it was all fleeting. It didn't last. Since then, the guy gets no views and no support anymore. But that's not shocking. But it was all it was a litmus test. Will it work or not? It did. 100% hook, line, and...
Okay. Let's do some research. Litmus test. Okay. A test for acidity or alkalinity using litmus. In politics, a litmus test is a question asked of a potential candidate for high office, the answer to which would determine whether the nominating official would proceed with appointments or nomination. So, I mean, there's all these kind of meanings. Let's see. Parties and attitudes about gun control as a litmus test for political candidates. Mixture of colored organic compounds obtained from lichen turn red in acid solutions and blue in alkaline solutions, and thus 6 centuries later people began using litmus tests figuratively. It can now refer to any single factor that establishes the true character of something or causes it to be assigned to one category or another. Often it refers to something that can be used to make a judgment about whether someone or something is acceptable or not. I mean, I guess that he is kind of right.
and sinker. My detractors fell for the trap.
Wait, what?
Support anymore. But that's not shocking. But it was all it was a litmus test. Will it work or not? It did. 100% hook, line, and sinker. My detractors fell for the trap. So that was it. And then the next...
What kind of trap was that? They paid COG supposedly, allegedly, and then they didn't give him any more money. Like, they weren't trapped there. But what? But also, like, why did he need to experiment on this? He said he knew this when he was with the side scrollers. Oh, okay.
Next day I said, oh, the trap worked, and that's literally it. I haven't said a word since then about this guy unless someone brings him up. I don't care about him. But to him,
I haven't said a word unless someone brings him up. So you do talk about him. But he wants someone to bring it up so that way it's not his responsibility, it's someone else. But just think about that for a moment. And you realize a little issue with that statement. People do the same to him with other people, and he mocks them for still talking about him, ignoring the context.
I'm obsessed. I'm a fan. I blocked them on Twitter because of Kino. They're nuts. These people are actually legitimately disturbed in the head.
Oh my God. And now, you know what's funny is with all this shit that's going down, he's super silent.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But he's completely distanced himself from them. And I think it's just because of all this coming out. Like, I've obviously just doing a show now confirming that Wolfie was in the Bellagio Hotel. Because obviously...
I mean, he kind of started distancing himself even before this. To be kind of fair, DSP already was starting to distance himself because the only person he really ever talked about was PPP, honestly, because of the wrestling show. He was kind of like whatever with Andy. That's the best way you could put it, I guess. And then this happened, and then he really started to distance himself after that. Not and sure, you could argue that it's like circumstantial and this and that, but look how he distanced himself though. It's just PR distancing. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna openly say no, but I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna try to bring attention to it because I may want to do it still, and by the time we do it, that this may blow over, and I don't want to like do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose these new friends I may have. Like, it's that kind of thing.
So he posted out a video.
See, and so they're talking about all this drama. I literally know nothing about it. Keep in mind, I don't follow my detractors. I don't follow other people's detractors either. Okay, so why would I don't know anything about any of this stuff that they're talking about. Have I distanced myself from Kino Casino? No.
No.
Have I come out and disowned them? Have I come out and said anything? No. We had been in talks to do a couple different things. One thing was possibly doing some new.
And again, like, I just want to highlight, let's say that's fine. It's found out, right, that PPP and Andy Jaworski all had very toxic like behind the scenes stuff. Like, we find out that these guys, they're doing fucked up shit in the basement, right? Let's say that comes out, right? And DSP is still not willing to disown them, and it's like, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know, and it's like, that doesn't really give you paint you in the best of light. Again, it's the Derek situation where people are like telling him, "Hey, Derek has a very sus playlist, guys. DSP, I think we should like distance ourselves from him. I don't know why people wanted me to ban him. Whatever, I'll ban him and we can all move on. I don't get it. I don't know why we're doing this. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Like, he couldn't even do that. And even in Andy's hypothetical, like, what if there was an arrest warrant for Derek and all this other shit? Like, it's proven without a doubt. He still was afraid to answer the question. Again, DSP does. I don't know why. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it. Like, it's that incest question again. Phil, what do you think of incest? Get meaningful relationships. And it's like, what kind of answer is that?
New gameplay, and we had a few ideas for a couple games that we may do in the future. And I have been in talks with Triple P, I call him Triple P, about possibly doing a pro wrestling commentary.
Yeah, he doesn't say PPP because he feels embarrassed. I guarantee you, I'll tell you that. He doesn't want to say PPP because he's scared. He's scared to say, he doesn't want to look like an idiot, so he says Triple P because he doesn't want to look stupid.
Show, but that's not going to be till next year. Okay.
Okay.
Basically, we've been back and forth in talks about various things.
Why do we have to wait until next year to do this stupid wrestling show? Why?
But just nothing too particularly crazy is going on right now. Okay. We did a lot of content together.
And it is also funny. I don't know. I think ALT might have brought this up, but it's kind of funny, right? They're taking a month hiatus, and then when he's starting the wrestling show is next year.
Over the course of October and early November, right? I appeared on their show twice. Yeah, twice. It was the Ghostbusters collab and then the Election Day collab. We did a co-op of zombies together, and it was the only time I actually even played zombies. So we did 3 appearances in a month. But I'm distancing myself from them? Like, what are you talking about? Right now, there's nothing going on. That's correct. But there will likely be more stuff going on in the future. I don't know. You know? But it's not, like, I don't hang out with these guys every day. I don't talk to them every day. We don't do content every day together. Like, that's not even something we're interested in. Like, we like, you know, hanging out and doing content together when we do it. But we have our own things going. So, how have I completely distanced myself from them? I haven't. I've gone silent. No, I haven't. I just don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't follow the tractor shit. I don't.
He just doesn't care. He literally, everyone gives him like, assume he cares about people he's like friends with. He doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck about them. He only cared for their clout. Literally, the only reason he gave a fuck about Kino Casino was the clout. That is it. That is all he cared about.
Care. I have my own detractors. I know how fucked up that it is to have detractors on your ass. I don't even know what you're talking about. I literally...
He says this, but Rich has detractors, yet DSP is like, well, good for him. I don't know, some weird, like...
don't know what anyone's talking about. And I don't care. I couldn't care less.
So if you find out that PPP and Andy Worski are serial killers, you wouldn't care about that? You wouldn't care if they're like monsters? He wouldn't care. Okay. This guy is a very good judge of character.
Yes. Okay.
Kind of raging about me during the time when this happened, basically. And if you look at the tours for the Bellagio on YouTube, you can just match up the walls. So.
Yeah, it's all lining up that they were definitely there. Now, the thing that a lot of people like, what's going on with him now? Did he actually get a bad pack? Like, what happened with him with his? I knew he wasn't sober. You know, I had no evidence, but I've been around enough people.
So this is
like,
all they
even
talked
how
about?
Easily his fucking voice.
So literally, they just talked about shit about, I guess, Andy and the casino.
I guess Andy.
And that's it.
And that's it. What did
and
he
it's just
say?
all they're doing is regurgitating what their detractors have said. They're not talking anything intelligently or anything. It's just let's regurgitate, right?
Oh my god.
So
you didn't even watch the video.
I'm gonna fast forward to see if they talk about anything else because it's
Let's
boring.
skip ahead. Why not?
Everything. It's like, what the fuck else did you do?
But yeah, exactly. Yeah. That, like, I don't want to know what happened there, but it's like, I guess whatever goes in.
Can we just immediately make an observation? Rich and his show looks much better because he's using my set. You noticed that, right? Look how good his show looks now.
No, it doesn't.
You can actually, like...
This is very biased, by the way, so it really means nothing coming from him. Wow, his setup is so good. I love his set. Okay, dude.
Looks like he's a normal human instead of living like a dungeon, right? With a bunch of the fucking...
Oh my god, dude. Really? We're doing this? Let's see.
Field sometimes.
Does this look like a dungeon? I mean, sure, there's a lot of real estate behind him that he could do something with. But even then, how does this look like a dungeon or less human? He's just in a room. That's what that looks like. I mean, this is just him in a room.
Stupid lamp behind him and everything. Like, look how much better his show looks because he's now trying to be me. The only thing is that ugly fucking mic that he doesn't need. He doesn't need a mic arm coming in from the side. He's not Howard Stern. He doesn't actually need that. He could have a mic.
Why does he need to be Howard Stern? Like this dude is so stupid. Dude, it's just a mic. And what if he just likes it because it's easy to maneuver the mic around? Like, this mic arm, I'm not like a huge fan of it, but it gets the job done. Like, it clamps on this chair I'm using. This chair I made when I was a kid, by the way. Yeah, I made a chair back then. It's not very comfy, sadly. But I made this chair and I was like, okay, I'll just use this to clamp this mic in, and there you go. The only thing I don't like is that this sometimes like wobbles and it's not like angled. It kind of bothers me, but it gets the job done, and that's fine. But this dude is like, oh, he gets this mic that's like he's on Howard Stern. Like, he just wants a good mic for his streams. That's it. That's why he has it. This dude had the same mic since 2015. You're not gonna upgrade your mic, man? Like, I've seen other people use this mic. I've seen Mega64 use it. And all this other stuff. Like, it's like, when you buy this mic, do they say, oh, are you gonna do a radio show? You're like, no, he can't sell this to you. Like, fucking eat Clorox.
Just like mine, very low profile, off camera, not blocking the shot. But he's too lazy to get a mic like that.
But he
has to use this ugly ass giant mic arm thing. Like, he thinks he's a studio recorder. He's gonna be holding the mic and singing like he's fucking Sting, right? He's gonna be singing to the mic and fucking crooning in there. He doesn't need that. It's the dumbest mic I've ever fucking seen. It's a piece of shit.
Dude, like, he had setups. Like, even in that old animation, he had this big fucking sound thing, and he would just bow down, and you wouldn't see his head when he would lean in on people, and it was an angle I missed. I wish we could do that again, but we can't. Now it's just like, even the meme got lost on it because it got less and less funny, and it's sad. But this dude is shitting on this dude over a mic. And the mic is a good mic. It's the industry standard. And this dude thinks that you only use this mic for, like, making music. A lot of podcasters use it, Phil. And guess what? You make a podcast, right? Why don't you have a podcasting mic? Don't, he says this now, but some stupid fan is going to buy this mic for him, and they're going to say,
Well, guys, this mic is actually
really good. This is an upgrade. I upgraded my mic, guys, finally. That's all it takes. He's just saying it's dumb because he doesn't have it. He's gonna get it eventually, and then he's gonna say it's so cool and it's amazing, and he wants to suck it off, and it's great, and it's interactive.
And he should get a better one. But outside of that, his setup looks good because it's my setup. I just find that absolutely funny as hell. All right, so is
Funny
that
as
it?
hell.
Did they ever talk about anything else? Let's skip forward again.
Silence is saying a lot because usually they jump on everything. Like they talk before they could think. Usually,
Yeah.
from what I've
Well,
seen
if you look
anyway.
if you look at his reaction at the Bellagio, just over telling everyone, and I know Walski said his name for years. I've known him for 8 years. Like, so to hear him be like,
I love the fact that. Oh my god, sorry.
Oh my God, sorry, excuse me.
I just like the fact that Rich is kind of like bring up the hypocrisy of Kino Casino, right? Where Kino Casino has always shat on other people at their lowest and this and that, and now that they're on the receiving end of that, they're silent and they're like hiding and all this other bullshit or whatever. And like DSP has nothing to say to that. Nothing.
it's Andy Perez. I'm like, I know your name's Andy Perez. I did this to get that visceral reaction because I know I piss him off all the time and he'll always make up shit and lie about me. So I think the minimum I can do is get under his skin. But now it's just so gold to know that the
Does anyone even know what he's saying? First of all, I can't even understand what he's saying. Because he's talking.
It's not that hard. I knew what he was saying. He said that he wanted to piss off Andy because he would keep spreading lies about Cog, so, all this other shit. So Cog wanted to piss him off. It's not rocket science to hear what he's saying, but of course DSP has to be DSP and be xenophobic.
Talking so fast, I can't even understand his words, and I guess he doesn't realize that he has that British accent. I can't understand.
How is Rich able to understand what he's saying, but not you? Okay.
Understand what he's talking about. And I was like, I don't know what you're saying. I was actually trying to listen, and I can't make heads or tails of what he's blabbing about.
Yeah, okay.
At all.
Sure.
So, great segment.
video that he was yelling at me on is literally him in the Bellagio, and the dates all match up, everything works, and it's got some explaining to do. That's all we can really say now. So
It's really
Yeah,
not
the
okay,
high and
whatever,
mighty
Phil.
person who was talking down.
That's
to
not a
everyone
good
who
cope,
he's
bro.
doing essentially worse things than they're doing. All of a sudden now is super silent. What's up, PPP? What's up, Andy? Andy, where are
Yeah.
you?
silence, it's deafening.
Yeah, their silence is deafening, man. My ears are bleeding from their silence. So, the guys who were so quick to not shut the fuck up are sure as fuck shutting the fuck up, man.
So let me get this straight, because again, I'm just trying to understand.
Okay,
So
trying to
the
understand.
Kino detractors have come out with accusations about Kino Casino. Kino Casino.
What are the accusations, Phil? I love that we're just glossing over the accusations and just moving on. But we're not gonna look into what is being accused of.
Simply put, hasn't broadcast in a few days. That's it.
Why wouldn't they broadcast? This is so stupid. This is why, if DC was gonna do this, he should have at least understood what the accusations are, so he could at least have an opinion. But it's so obvious. He didn't know what this clip was until he hit play, and then was like, "Oh shit! I don't know what this is." So he comes up with bad cope, I don't understand what Cog's saying, and Kino Casino is just not streaming. But why wouldn't they stream DSP? This is an abnormally long time. Right after they got off of a vacation. Okay.
That's it.
And this dude is mocking Rich for clapping. As this dude is like said something really stupid and then claps and laughs over his little discovery that makes no sense.
That's the whole situation. They came out saying nasty stuff about them, and they said, well, we're not broadcasting for a few days.
What did they say? Like, DSP, people have been saying shit about Kino Casino for months, years, however long, because not a lot of people like them. So, I know, right? A lot of people don't like them, and yet they still streamed. But somehow, for some reason, this one account said something so painful to Kino Casino that they had to stop streaming. Let's not think about why that is, and just highlight the fact that they're just not streaming. This is like a huge like omission of what is of the chain of events that took place. Come on, man.
That's the entirety of the situation. And this is them thinking they're doing a victory lap. Like they're doing back.
Again, you don't know what they're talking about, so how do you know it's stupid? He doesn't even know what they're talking about, and he doesn't care. And this dude is sitting there like, well, like, come on, man, you're the uninformed one here. It's really like the dude who didn't watch the movie tried to explain why the movie was good to people who saw the movie and hated it.
Flips of happiness. It's like, okay, the only thing I can say that here's really why I think that they're celebrating, because if Kino was broadcasting, you know what they'd be doing, making fun of them. So because
but they would be making fun of them anyway. Like, whatever, okay.
They're not broadcasting right now, they get like a day off from being felted, correct? Like that's what it is. They get a day off from being felted. But in the meantime, right? In the meantime,
this is really stupid, by the way.
Here he is sitting on my set trying to be me.
Wow. Delusional.
But you got a day off from felting from one group, but you just massively embarrassed yourself as much as possible, so it didn't matter.
Didn't
matter. You know what I mean?
Like,
this is supposed to be your time to, I got a reprieve? Okay, so I'll just lay low and I'll sit back and I'll enjoy a day where people aren't making fun of me. No, rush to the internet to make more content that people can make fun of you for because you're an idiot.
Again, they're talking about stuff that they're informed on. Meanwhile, DSP is not informed on what's going on and is mocking them for not being informed, for being informed. Let's hear this again.
Enjoy a day where people aren't making fun of me. No, rush.
And again, he acts as if like these guys are living every day like afraid of being trolled. They probably get trolled every day regardless of if they're streaming or not, whatever. Oh, okay.
To the internet to make more content that people can make fun of you for because you're an idiot.
So why is it that only Kino Casino can make drama content but Rich can't? Why is it so bad Rich is making drama content even though Kino Casino does it? Okay.
I can't get over it. I just don't understand. There's no logic in that brain. Look at that insanely large cranium. There's no logical thought in there.
Oh my god.
That is a adult.
This dude keeps dogging on Rich's intelligence. And it's like it's just annoying. How many times do you have to hear this guy is stupid? This guy is stupid in different ways.
Old mind, right? You know, they say you ever play an RPG
and then he says adult mind, then he has to explain the fucking ailment. DSP, find some bleach.
Mind addling. So his mind is so addled that he actually thought that having the most botched half-an-hour setup to get Cog on his show for 5 minutes to basically just regurgitate what detractors have said, like this is the biggest
DSP has regurgitated what his detractors said about him, by the way, and other stuff. Again, DSP is no better than Rich. If anything, you could argue he's actually worse because in this case, Rich is at least a little bit more informed about what's going on than DSP. So off the bat, Rich is in a better place than DSP is. Just off the get-go.
Biggest W for him while he's sitting on my set, by the way, because his show is such shit quality. He has to steal my layout in order to have a show that looks good. All right, let's finish the clip.
Yeah, it really is. Like I said, I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens with this. That's because right now it's just a waiting game. This whole thing is just patience. They'll resurface at some point, but right now it's pure damage control, and the best way they're doing that is by zipping it. So
it's pure damage control, and the best way they're doing it is by zipping it.
Yeah.
So by not broadcasting, that's damn.
DSP has said to people that people need to like get off the internet and like let it blow over and this and that. In fact, actually, that's what DSP said that he was doing after the side scrollers. He was laying low. He was so scared after that he had to go into hiding. He said he told Craig he went into hiding.
Damage control? No, they're just not broadcasting. I wasn't.
DSP, you don't know what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. And this dude is sitting like, they're just not broadcasting. This dude is so uninformed. And he's going on, like, this is why his politics channel is crap, by the way. He's so uninformed about anything. He gets, like, weird stories here and there that, like, either go for his narrative that he wants to go with, or he just reads, like, fucking whatever the fuck. But this dude just does no information, no critical thinking of what he's reading, and has no interest. He's seeing this drama about Kino Casino and has no interest in understanding what's going on. At all.
I wasn't aware that they had an actual schedule that they had to adhere to. They don't. In fact, they have the least schedule of anyone I've seen. You know, I was trying to coincide.
So then why was he constantly trying to get them to tell them when they're gonna stream?
So my political shows would not overlap with theirs, and they outright told me we don't have a set schedule. We never do. We just do things on the fly. If something big happens, then we'll do a show. Sometimes we'll do multiple shows in a row. Sometimes we take days off, and we don't, you know, they kind of like that's the way they operate, and it works. So how is it damage control just because they're not broadcasting? I'm at a loss. If anything, you're gonna give them.
Again, he doesn't know the situation. He doesn't know what's going on, what happened, and why the sudden hiatus that they're going on. Like, they're going on a hiatus, and it's not by sheer coincidence or that, oh, we're just gonna take a break. Like, they're doing it for a reason.
Them. This is what they don't understand, okay? They're gonna give them the best return show they've ever had.
Oh my god.
Because what's going to happen is these idiots are going to have a meltdown every day about this. And then they're...
How is this a meltdown? They're just saying, yeah, man, I can't believe this happened. You know, they did this and this is dumb. Wow. They're not sitting, like, ripping their hair out, like, looking at the corner demons about this. And this dude is saying, you're going to give them a feast. What are they going to say? Oh, this... Dicker says that, like, I'm dumb. Well... You're dumb. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they'd say.
They're going to return, and they're going to completely blow this up.
Like, what are they going to say about this? Again, a lot of people are actually against what's going on with Andy at this point. Are, like, making fun of him for going back on cocaine and lying and all this other Discord leaks and all this other shit. They're all, like, focusing on that. How can they come back and then, like, blow up and bring this up? They're not going to bring it up.
They're going to make the biggest fiesta out of this.
Fiesta.
They're going to get so much payoff and content from these morons. But these people are not self-aware. Everyone over the years said,
Again, DSP did, like, how is Rich dumb when Rich at least knows what's going on more so than DSP? DSP saying all of this, all not knowing what is happening.
I'm not self-aware, but I've become self-aware now. I get it. I know the game. I know what's going on. These guys don't. They actually...
Again, ask him, what is the meme behind being called the king. He doesn't know. He doesn't know why Kino Casino called him king. He just went with it. And he's probably gonna say, "Oh, it's because it was my old moniker, the king I hate, and this and that." No, but why were they calling you king? Why were they calling you king? Tell us, Phil.
Think that this was a win for them to do this broadcast. They don't understand this is the biggest L they could possibly take because it's all going to come back to bite them eventually, right? Everything comes full circle, and they're just so dumb.
So
that's
all these months and years, whatever, of Kino Casino dogging on Rich and Cog, right? They can't respond at all ever, because then if they respond, then they would respond. But then why wouldn't they also respond to that? Oh, okay, cool.
literally it. This was the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll see where the chips fall with this too. All right, man. It was a pleasure meeting you, dude.
Oh no, great.
I follow you on Twitter, and
Yeah.
we'll see where this goes. And I'm sure there'll be an update on it. And you're welcome. You and Pescator are welcome to come back on anytime.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Right, I'll
right.
see you later.
Have a good night. Good talking to you.
Bye bye.
So I think what it is, he's so high. He thought he just did an interview. He just talked.
He's so high, guys. Look at him. He's so high. He just got Cog on and he just talked to him. Wow. And then he's like, he thinks he had an interview. DSP. Not everyone who talks to people on the internet are doing it as an interview. Like, you know, this is so lame. People ask DSP to bring on guests on his dumbass fucking podcast every day or whatever the fuck, and they're probably just hoping that they would just shoot the shit. But instead, what you get is oh man, I don't have the tab anymore. You just get me like,
So, Tolo, what do you think of, like, the incident about Monster Hunter? What do you think of that? Okay, so, like, let's talk about the trolling, right?
and that's it. It's not like anything casual. This is a very casual conversation, which is why it just kind of happened at the moment. Rich isn't a journalist, and he wasn't intending this to be an interview. He never said this is an interview. He didn't say, "Guys, I'm doing an interview with Cog." Like, come on.
To him for 5 minutes, and all he did is repeated the detractor memes, and that was it. He actually thinks that was like a hard-hitting interview, and he did like quality.
He didn't watch the full 5 minutes, and again, it was just, let's get him on, let's shoot this shit about Kino Casino, and that's all it is. And this dude's like, he thinks this is a hard-hitting interview. Not every interview needs to be with hard-hitting questions. This dude is so boomer-coded, he's so stuck with boomer media. It is so embarrassing. This dude is like doing streams that's all like internet age stuff, right? Nonsense, right? And all this other shit. But he wants to like push it into these boomer media stuff that you would see on TV. Oh, we gotta do an interview with Oprah Winfrey. We gotta hit her with the hard-hitting questions. Okay, we got this political guy. Let's get him on and hit him with hard-hitting questions. But that's not what this is. It's just he was streaming and just wanted to shoot this shit with Cog. He wasn't doing this with any other intention. Not everything that's an interview needs to be with hard-hitting questions. Even let's say that Rich did want to do an interview. It doesn't need to be a hard-hitting questions. DSP has this really weird perspective that it needs to be hard-hitting. The only time the interview needs to be hard-hitting is if it's about like a specific personal subject about the person or whatever. But like if I'm interviewing DSP about fucking video games, right? That doesn't need to be hard-hitting questions. Like, Phil, what's your favorite Street Fighter game? And then it's like Street Fighter 2. Wrong answer. Wow, this guy's a piece of shit. Like, come on.
Content or something. Look at this. This is painful to watch. I don't care about whose side you're on. Waiting 30 minutes through troubleshooting to get a guest on, and he's only on for 5 minutes. What are we doing?
Man, this guy should have watched The King, right? Where he fiddled for 30 minutes to get Tolo on his show.
No, that's review tech. See, this must be a newcomer. This must be someone who doesn't know Rich. Like, no, that's actually Rich. That's typical Rich. Everything is a complete waste of time. Everything just takes a million years to do. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, So that's it.
It's
Like,
like
that's all I
these
have to
be the
say. Rich
same
is a
amount.
disturbing individual.
Disturbing.
He scares me. Like, legit, he scares me
He
now.
sca-
Like,
he
at first I used to,
scares
like,
him- He scares me now. Oh, okay. So, like, I hope I never hear Rich again coming from Phil, right? Because he's scared of him. Rich may do something. He may take a plane trip.
oh, okay, you know, he's making fun of me or whatever. I actually think, like, he's actually mentally obsessed with me. That's why he always had the pictures of me in his room. Now he's become me. Now he actually wants to be sitting in this chair.
Oh my
He's
god.
copying my set. He's superimposing himself on my set. It's scary shit. By the way, hold on one second. I just want to, hold on. I just made an observation.
What is scary?
All right. So look at me. Can I blow this up even further? Probably not. No. There's no zoom. If I zoom, it's going to screw up my browser, isn't it? I wanted to zoom in more. I don't know how. Zoom. It doesn't work. You can't zoom in on a picture. Well, that's lame.
You kind of did, but...
Well, the observation I wanted to make. Okay, look at me sitting on my set. Look at Rich sitting on my set. Okay? So I'm like a normal size guy in the middle. He blocks the set.
Oh my god, dude. Like,
how big is he? I mean, holy shit.
this is so stupid. First off, wow, you're telling me a different human has a different body type than you? I've never seen that before. Wow, we all don't look the same? I can't believe that. Secondly, it's a green screen. Like, yeah, he's not really there. Secondly, the border also cuts off the background. Thirdly, you designed the fucking room around you. If Rich was in that room and he was streaming there legit, he'd probably move the things around so it'd be framed better. But he can't move stuff around in the green screen, stupid. Ugh.
Like, you can't even see it. Like, he couldn't even have my set because, like, the fray, he's completely blocking that. He's completely blocking this.
But he could, though.
Like, oh my god.
Oh my god, man.
So even when he copies my set, it still doesn't work for him. It still looks better than his setup. It does. But it still doesn't work for him because he can't even sit on my set without blocking the entire thing. Like, what the fuck, dude? Again, I'm going to give Rich the same advice I gave him before. Get the fuck off the internet. Stop making streams. Stop making content. Deplug your...
Why should he get off the internet, Phil? I thought that doesn't help.
yourself from the internet drama. Actually spend time with your family.
Again, his wife divorced him. I mean, again, the only family he probably could hang out with is his parents and his daughter. And that's it. And who's to say he's not doing that when he's not streaming? Okay.
And then come back in 2025 and reapply yourself to meaningful content. Actually review tech. Actually come by and cover stories. This shit you're doing is not working. You're milking pennies.
You're milking a human.
Pennies out of an audience with trash, with drama content. Do you understand?
Oh my
People don't
God.
want that. People want to come by and have
What
a
if
good
they- what
time
if
and unplug from their lives. If you could go back to how you were back in the day, your content.
I love that DSP can move forward doing whatever he wants, but Rich, he can only go back. He can't go forward. He has to go back. Go back, dude. Do what you did before. Don't do this other stuff. Don't try anything new. Go back. Okay.
would be meaningful again. But instead, you deleted your past and you think this is the new way. This is the opposite. The opposite of where you should be doing. You've actually fucked everything up, man.
How do you
It's
know
bad,
what he
it's
should be
pathetic,
doing?
it's sad. And like I said, legit, this behavior is scary. This is not, this is...
Again, that 5-minute clip, was he sitting there going on a diatribe about how he wants to be Phil and how much he loves Phil or anything like that? No. He only says, "Oh, I heard you're Phil's biggest fan." Or no, Phil's your biggest fan, and that's it. He got all of that from that. Okay.
This is a joke. This is mental problems.
Mental
You actually thought it
problems,
was
by the way.
funny? Just try to like superimpose yourself here because you want to be me? No, it's not funny. It's very scary. That's like
DSP has superimposed his face on so many people. He's superimposed his face over Trump. Does that mean he wants to be Trump? Like, let's use this dumbass logic, right?
He superimposed his face in my setup to be me.
Okay, so let's see. He had his face superimposed on Hogan, Trump. I think he also had one with him on Kamala Harris, so I guess he wants to be her too. Dracula, Frankenstein, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who else? Who else has he put his dumb face on? Oh, he put his face on top of Frank West, so I guess he wants to be him too. Etc. Like, he has put his face on so many things. Does that mean he wants to be them? I mean, isn't that kind of creepy behavior, right? With this logic?
crazy stalker serial killer shit. You need to get evaluated. You do. And he already said that he needed to talk to a psychiatrist. He does.
Oh my god, is that what? Dude, that is fucked up. Think about it. So Rich must have said, I guess, because he brought this, but I didn't even know this. And he said, oh yeah, you went to see a psychiatrist. Did he hear that and then just insinuate that Rich is crazy because he's seeing a psychiatrist? That is really kind of like, that's a leap. A lot of people see a therapist, I mean, a psychiatrist, therapist, whatever. They see them for many reasons. And to assume he's saying that because he might be crazy is really fucking offensive, man. To just make these big leaps. Not everyone that seeks mental help is a crazy person that's gonna do crazy crime. Like, come on, man. How old are you? And this is the same guy, by the way, that has a wife that he told us was on medication. That she takes Xanax. Should people start dogging on her for taking Xanax? Come on.
He has, and I hope he still is. Because this is not right. What he's doing is he's not right in the head with his behaviors. You understand?
What about you, Phil? What about you? Again, you put your face on top of the president-elect Donald Trump. What does that say about you, Phil? Are you gonna do something? That's kind of I think it's fucked up. You know, maybe he should be evaluated. He superimposed his face on top of Trump. That's kind of alarming. That's kind of weird. Does DSP want to be Donald Trump? I mean, he's gonna be our president. I don't want anything to happen because DSP is crazy. DSP superimposed himself on top of Trump. That is something, and that is something. So I think there should be an investigation because, I mean, if he puts his face on top of Donald Trump, who knows what that means? And it's not a party side issue either because he also put his face on top of Kamala Harris. I mean, come on. He wants to be the president and he's not doing the right way, which is to run a campaign. He wants to just take their bodies over or some shit. That's some crazy stuff. DSP needs to get help. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. It's pretty disturbing. Okay. All right, we got some shout outs to do.
Okay, we're not gonna read that.
Yeah. Got it. And we're calling him out about it. Really?
Oh boy.
At least you do your job and you have your own content. Rich goes weeks without streaming. He no longer even makes videos. No idea how he's making a living from YouTube. I was a mod and I got blocked for calling him out about it. Really? Well, I mean, again.
Well, I mean, in a way, does Rich owe everyone? I don't know about Rich's situation, but like, I mean, Rich doesn't have to explain anything. And also, isn't that what people also got mad about? Like, oh, you're making it too personal and asking for money. He's not asking for money and all this stuff.
The thing is with me, all this stuff this year, and I'm excited for the future for that. Correct? We've got because someone sent me that and I was actually legit shocked that topics. I've got a lot going on for me. I don't need to do that. I could if I feel like it. And I felt like today was the day to address it because someone sent me that and I was actually legit shocked that happened. But I don't.
it's
You're
so
right.
shocking.
I have my own
You're
things going
right.
on. I have a set schedule. I adhere to the schedule. I'm a hard worker, and if I'm not here for a show, people.
Okay, yeah, hard worker my ass. All right, as you can see, we're covering this as well. This little desperation move by DSP. So he was doing his Blops stream, and he said this was an early stream because it was gonna start earlier, so he could end on time at 9 p.m. his time on the dot. By the way, which would be 12 o'clock my time. Usually, as far as I understand it, he usually ends the streams normally around 12:15 anyway, even in the old time frame. I think the only time he ever goes overtime is when he plays multiplayer games, because this dude is thirsty to end on a W. So that's always why it always goes over. It was always the multiplayer games. But usually with single player games, he ends on time, whatever. So he went back to that, and he assumed that since the stream started early, no one would show up and no one would tip him. But I sat there and was like, this is kind of bullshit. He acted as if he got like tipped at 10 p.m. his time, which he never did. I mean, except for the multiplayer streams, probably. But he hit the goal on these other streams just fine, and he would always he would get money during like not 9 p.m. like no 8 p.m. like 11 o'clock my time, and it's like, okay, so in that hour he would get the King's Tax goal. So I kind of did not believe the whole, oh, I started early and no one knew. Like, people would show up by the time that would be 11 o'clock my time anyway. Like 11:30, 11:45. That's kind of around the time when he would start getting whales to show up. So I don't think the early time frame did anything, but it was a convenient excuse for him to like get panicked. So he decided, he did the last match. He started to stall with the menus. Then he was like, okay, guys, that's it. That's the stream. Okay. The stream is done, guys. This and that. And he just sat there in silence, is waddling around, and then was like, then it was like 9:00. Then he was like, okay, I'm gonna stop at 9:06. 9:06 comes. Okay, guys, 9:15. That's gonna be it. That's what I'm gonna have to cut it off. It's 9:15. You know what? Got a crazy idea, guys. Let's do a live daily wrap, okay? Yeah. Let's do one right now, guys. Yeah. Let's do it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to I'm laughing. Welcome to a live
I'm laughing.
episode of the Daily Wrap.
Daily wrap. You're trying to know why I'm doing this. As you can see, we have the leaderboard. I didn't forget to turn it off, guys. No, actually, look at the King's Tax, guys. Guys, we need to felt the trolls, guys. I mean, I just decided to do a daily wrap, guys. Yeah.
Or what's today? I don't even know what today is.
Today?
Sunday, the 24th of November, 2024. You might say, wait a minute, a live episode of the Daily Wrap. Why is the leaderboard
guys.
still there? Why is Phil streaming the
Persona.
Daily Wrap? Well, folks, here's the deal. I announced a couple days ago that I was
Alright.
changing the timing of my late stream.
Yeah.
The reason being is because my wife and I want to spend more time together. She has to get up early for her job.
That's why he left the room at 9:45 or 9:30. I think 9:45. Whatever the fuck. Oh well. Let's see. What time did he get out of there? Okay, 9:30 my time.
the mornings now. Now she works mornings, okay? And because of this, in the
now she
last couple
works
of months,
mornings.
there's been certain days
So
where
oh my god. So get this, right? So I guess supposedly she worked nights or whatever the fuck. So the old schedule, I guess supposedly was fine for that. Oh, this is Kai. I was gonna say gotta go. I was like, gotta go where? But I guess like that schedule matched that because after he finished, she'd be home from work because she worked night shifts and they would hang out, whatever the fuck. They would watch the paint dry, whatever. But since her schedule changed this week, he was like, I'm gonna change my schedule too. So that way, like, it would still be the same anyway. So he lied in a way where he said, I never spent time with my wife. I mean, there's a lot of inferring going on, a lot of speculation, to be fair. I'm not saying this is factual, but he's saying she now works mornings, which tells me that she didn't work mornings in the past, and these overtimes that he was doing, all that was fine because of the circumstance of her work schedule. So he was hanging out with her, regardless. But that was to hang out with her more by changing his work schedule, which I thought he said he could never do. But now he can, magically. So, does that mean... But this dude will do this, and yet we will still hear him complain. Say, gosh, I don't have time to spend time with my family. I don't have time to spend my family. But yet he's going to have more time to spend with his family now, regardless.
We haven't been able to spend any time together. Because I stream, and when I'm off from streaming and I finish, I go downstairs. She's like, I'm tired. We got to go to sleep now. I got to wake up in the morning. So there's been legit days with no time spent with my wife because of that. So we talked about this in the last couple of weeks, and we said, all right, what are we going to do? Let's change the schedule. Let's make it wake up in the morning. So there's been legit days with no time spent with my wife because of that. So we talked about this in the last couple of weeks.
I like how they had talked about this. He can't just do this on his own. He needed someone else to help him think about this. 40 years old, by the way.
So we said, all right, what are we going to do? Let's change the schedule. Let's make it so that I'll start my late stream earlier and I'll end it earlier. And I've decided that's what I'm going to do. I announced this 2 days ago. I talked about it on my podcast. I made a clip that was a special video about it. I uploaded it as a stream highlight. Okay.
What's kind of funny is, and I don't know where you would be able to find it. I mean, maybe someone did a timestamp here, but this dude was having a mini Pokemon Moon segment where he was kind of saying there's no excuse. You guys should have been here, this and that. Like, he was kind of shaming his audience for not showing up. Not his actual audience that was there, his whales, basically.
Okay? Like, I did all of this.
He did all of
and then even I talked about it again. I put it on my schedule when I uploaded my schedule to Kick and here to the channel. But sadly, a lot of people didn't listen. Because we started early tonight and there wasn't as many people as usual.
They didn't listen. Okay.
And right now, people who usually would be here at the end of the stream are not. So because of that, as you can see...
But when they show up by now,
we did not hit the goal, and it looks like we are about to have the end of the streak. Unless there is some kind of insane last-minute contribution, Hail Mary, of $86.
For like 30
the streak is about to end. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, $86, right? I think so.
Oh, I can't
do math right now. I think it's 86 bucks.
All
so,
right.
let's redo the daily wrap live. Let's give a couple more extra minutes where people.
We're gonna fast forward because there's a timestamp in my mind if I remember correctly. I want to say it's like around here.
$4.20 tip. Just listen to this.
I love the one thing DSP never fails to deliver on is you're gonna get a rant when he either hits you with just listen to this. He says that like in that kind of way, or he'll say, okay, that's it. Like that's a ban rant or whatever. But just listen to this. You're getting something.
Be grateful folks are willing to support you for so long.
Be grateful.
Being salty is not a good look. Who is salty?
Who is salty? I mean, the dude just said, be grateful. I mean, I guess the way he said it, sounded condescending. Like, you're just like, be grateful for what you had. Like a parent telling a kid to be grateful for what you had. But, DSP is a giant baby. So I think it's appropriate to talk to him like that. Because, anyone else who got $77 would have just been like, oh, thank you. And then, go on about their day. But DSP just he was saying that people didn't know and all this stuff. And he was salty during the Call of Duty stream. But again, I mean, you could argue that the game that when you're kind of like stressed and you're playing a game that's also stressful or whatever the fuck, it may like not give you the best of reaction, but to a degree, you would have to also, if you said that, then after the, oh, you know what, I did not mean that, I was really heated, I'm sorry, whatever. That's one thing. it would be kind of hard to buy DSP apologizing, because this dude has kind of like ran "I'm sorry" into the ground so much that when you hear it, it just sounds like nothing. Like you might as well have just sneezed.
See, this is the funny part about it,
Here's
right?
the funny
Obviously, we
part.
don't want the streak to end on a technicality. The technicality is that
We don't want the streak to end on a technicality, bitch. The agreement was during your stream. If people didn't like, and again, I just want to highlight this little key little nugget here. DSP has made it a career to tell us, the dumb fuck detractors, that he has multiple supporters. Multiple. More than one. Yet, this instance, he had what, like 300 viewers? That the streak was gonna, because the usual supporters weren't there. But DSP, my guy, you had other people watching you. And they could have supported you. They either chose not to, or they didn't have a lot to give you, and they gave you what they can. And this dude is literally sitting there like, that calling this a technicality. I mean, sure, he's right saying it's a technicality, but at the same time, it's still a stream. You had people show up. They could have supported, they didn't. Like, the whole point of a streak is that it can end and all this other stuff whenever it can. Like, this dude, like just wants to control how long a streak can run, but half the enjoyment of a streak going is it naturally ending and all this stuff on its own. But DSP doesn't let it end when it ends. If it ended that night, that would have been an organic way to end it. Sure, you could say it's on a technicality, but it would just restart at 0 and they start again, and then this and that. Like, that's half the fun of doing these. But no, he just wants to have it continue. Because when is it a good time to stop? Because he always, like, it stopped during Black Myth Wukong. The game was so bad, guys, that it killed the streak, guys. Yeah, it was the game's fault. There's always a fucking excuse. The vet streak ended because, he got an ear infection. The email streak ended because, email stopped tipping. I mean, I guess that was the only true, genuine streak that started and ended. And then that was it. Like, come on.
ending my stream early. Normally, I'd be streaming till 9:45 or later, and tonight I ended it early, and that's why it looks like the streak's about to end. I don't want, if it's going to end, let it end on its own merits, meaning, oh, people don't like the content, or people just...
I love that for a streak to end, that must mean that you don't like the content. I can't wrap my mind around that, because every company, for example, judges a game's success or whatever by sales, which is a stupid metric in my opinion, but whatever. I mean, I get it. They want their investments and all this stuff. That's business. Just because it didn't sell a lot of copies, does that mean that I'm supposed to not like it because it didn't sell enough? No, I still like a game, even though it may not have sold a lot. But as a creator who made the game, like, not on a CEO level, but a developer may just be happy that the small number of people who bought the game are playing it and are enjoying the game. DSP is on that level where he's putting out streams and he should only care about the people who like the content, who have given him support or watching. He has $81 and saying that he wants the streak to end if people don't like the content. So, what is this?
Can't keep doing it, right? I don't think that's what happened tonight. I literally think it's because there's some people who usually come at the end of my streams who are going to show up in the next 25 minutes and be...
I also just want to highlight the fact that he used to get $50 a stream. That was the minimum, and he would consider that a successful stream. So, on minimum, with his logic from like 3 months ago, $50 is pretty good. So $81 is on par with what he considers a success. Don't think about it.
Like, oh, the stream's offline, because they didn't know that the schedule changed, right? So, I'm not sad. I don't know why you think I am. I'm not salty.
You streamed an extra 30 minutes just to squeeze some pennies out of your fucking audience, man. How do you think that looks?
I'm upset because I wanted to see the streak end naturally, and I feel like that's not what's happening. How is it that the one night that I announced, oh, we're ending early, now it's going to end, right? If it had ended another night, you'd be like, okay, it would naturally end it. No, not the one night that I changed the schedule it ended. That's some bullshit, you know? And that,
Okay, so then with this logic, that must mean that if it ever ends again on a night stream, it's normal. I better not hear this excuse if it ends again, right?
It does anger me because now every troll will be rejoicing, and it's for the wrong reasons. It really is, because now,
again, he really desperately wants to have a W over the trolls. Who are you making content for? Who is this video for, Phil? Like, this dude is like, I don't want the trolls to be rejoicing. I thought you don't care what the trolls do. They're stupid, right? They're dumb fucks. Like, why does this weigh on you so much to just really get a felt on them? Okay.
tomorrow people are going to come back and be like, I can't believe it ended. We didn't mean that. And then the support will resume, and then everything's going to be fine. It's not the end of the world. You know, I said, dude, 80 straight freaking streams.
And again, I just want to highlight that this happened before. And then, like, he was able to continue his day. And it was like, okay, yeah, we fell down and then we got up again. He fell down and then it was acting as if, like, he was going to die after this. Like, he was going to leave the office and be like, Cat, I didn't hit the streak. And she was going to pull out a gun. Like, oh, sorry, Phil, this was the agreement. You make $150 a stream or you die. And you know, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe that's what's going on. She was like, if you don't make $150 every stream, Philip, you're done. And that's why he stayed in that room for 30 minutes. Like, I don't want to leave. She's gonna do something. She's gonna kill me.
Outstanding and amazing and an insane amount of support. I'm not upset in any way, shape, or form. You don't even know what salty means.
But you just said, but he did just say that he was upset that it would end on a technicality. So you are upset. Okay.
All right. So that is the deal, everyone. Tomorrow, a great full day of streaming and end it. Okay? I've totally forgot. I'm wearing it.
Oh, yeah. We got to talk about
merch.
merch. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, classic Philip fashion. Let's see what happened after he finished the daily wrap.
Guys, thank you so much. Have a good night. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace out. All right, folks. I mean, I gave it the good old college try.
The old college try.
I did.
I did.
I gotta go now. I really can't. Gotta go. So it looks
I
like
really can't gotta go.
It sucks. That means no reward on Friday. So the Burger King is off the table.
No reward on Friday, guys. I love that, like, if the streak started Monday up again, right? And he hits the streak all the way till Thursday, all the way till Friday morning. He still wouldn't do the Burger King food. Even though, regardless, he would have made more money anyway than how much the stupid burger costs by that point. Regardless. Again, there's no, like, reason why it has to be this long to just order a burger than just because he just wants to milk the money because he can.
Taste test the 3 Whoppers, but we can all try to do it tomorrow, or excuse me, resume it tomorrow. But that would mean the reward would be next week, unless we do midweek. But doing it on Friday made sense. Doing it on Friday kind of like was a weekly thing that always made sense.
Why did that make sense? What's so special about Friday?
We'll have to figure it out tomorrow. We'll have to talk about it tomorrow and figure it out.
If Friday made sense, why couldn't he just do it Friday anyway? If it starts up Monday, again, it's not like the amount of money was calculated enough for it to make sense. It just doesn't. Because again, the burger's like what? Let's just say $10. He's gonna make more than that by the time he's gonna order it.
We want to do. We want to do like a new streak because the streak was going from Friday to Friday. If we resume it, maybe we should go Monday to Monday. If we resume it like that, then
why?
Right? This is like the end of Arcane season 2. I didn't see Arcane.
It's
about
funny. I started
Sunday?
watching
What
Hurricane
about
season
Sunday?
2. I've seen season 1, and I
Oh,
don't
you're saying
remember
do Sunday
anything.
to Sunday? Well, yeah, but if it starts on a Monday,
I
then
just
it should end
remember,
on a Monday.
like,
Are you saying start it on Monday and end on Sunday?
Jinx
I guess,
and
all
V
right,
were
let's
like,
talk about
"Oh,
it tomorrow. Why are we talking about this now?
Jinx, you're not my
People are
sister
trying to
anymore.
extend
You're not
the hype, is
powder."
what
And
they're
then
trying to
and
do.
then
They're
like
trying to
they
extend the
split up
stream.
after that,
Ladies
and
and
that's all I
gentlemen,
remembered.
I just received
Look at this. Look at this. Of course, in an unrecorded segment, I just received
a $69 tip from Meaty Boner.
Meaty Boner. Great name.
Meaty.
This dude who's doing these boner names, they can find a bridge. You know, just tell me. Just go to any bridge. You just don't have to do anything else. Or just, you know what? He should do a DSP tries it with DSP, and they both taste test all bleach products.
Boner just tipped me $69.
If you do Clorox,
It's absolutely disgusting.
he could do the manga
It's
series
absolutely
bleach. The
out of
whale,
control.
the boner guy.
I don't know why I put up with it.
The name would be
Of course I know
apropos
why I
too if
put
you
up
think
with
about it,
this
because
person
bleach does
supports
have
me
some
financially,
horniness
so
in
of course
there.
that's why I put up with it.
Wait, what?
Out of control. I don't know why I put up with it. Of course I know why I put up with it, because this person supports me financially.
But guys, if Rich takes his shirt off for money, that's dumb. But I put up with Boner because of this, as he tells so many people,
I don't have to put your name on the leaderboard, and I don't have to do this because it's my decision.
but this dude wailed out. He paid the troll toll, so he paid enough that he could dictate that he could be on the leaderboard. Which is a behavior, by the way, that DSP said you should never have when you watch the stream and support him. But the Boner guy paid enough to do this.
So of course that's why I put up with it. Make no bones about it. That's why I put up with the Meaty Boner. All right?
Yeah, do you suck it too?
All
you just
right,
suck the boner.
Meaty Boner with a $69 tip. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. All right?
You know what
However,
that
I
means.
am going to say this. I
He's
can't
gonna
do
say
this every night. I
You
can't
can't
be
do this.
sneaking
You
around
know what?
late.
Test him, bitch. Test this guy. You know, this is gonna be my one consolation prize if the whales start testing this little bluff he's doing, because I don't believe him. I can see him do this again. It may not be tonight, Monday night to be precise, but I could see him do this like this week again. Like he's gonna do this again. Again, it's money. Why would he say no to money?
Every night. So the last minute.
I say
maybe
test
sweat-
him.
I can't.
Do
So,
it every
seriously,
night.
Tomorrow
Fuck
night,
it.
we're gonna end on
See how-
time.
see, make him
meaning
squirm.
The
Make
gameplay
him
ends at 9. Maybe
make
I stay
him
around till
dance for
9:15,
it.
and that's it. That's
Make
the
him
limit.
bounce.
I'm not gonna be doing this every night. I can't.
Look,
Okay?
wait. He walked it
So,
back.
seriously, tomorrow night we're gonna end on time, meaning the gameplay ends
9 o'clock, right?
at 9. Maybe I stay around till 9:15.
Oh, maybe 9:15. So there's a chance. Wales, call him out, guys. Worst case scenario, you get to save the money for the next day. That's like the worst case scenario. Is that you got to save your money. I know Wales. I know DSP Wales. That's a scary reality where you may have to save your money. I know you want to get rid of it. If you want to really get rid of it, feel free to give it to me. I can take it. I can take it and I can buy stuff. I can waste it on junk too. Actually, you know what? I've always said PC gaming sucks and is stupid and terrible. So you can also take that money and buy me a gaming PC, since I also think it's dumb like DSP did, and DSP got one. So you know, just give me some options.
15, and that's it. That's the limit. I'm not gonna be doing this every night. I can't. Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. So,
Test
ladies
him.
and gentlemen,
Test him.
it has happened. The streak continues. I cough.
Give us some of this.
Thank you to Meaty Boner.
After all of this, like, stalling and begging and like all this stuff, look at this. All this begging. You can check this out on your own. And this is what he
I
ends
appreciate
with.
it very, very much. I really do. Thanks for the support, and thanks for everyone who supported at the last minute tonight as well. 81 goals hit. Sorry, Rich. Sorry, Duty.
And then he gets smug about Rich and Duty. But here's the thing. This dude had to roll around in mud for this to happen. Like he had to leave the office at 9:31 for him to get the goal. He couldn't just get it on time or during the stream. He had to really squeeze their wallets all the way until 9:30, being a little baby about the streak ending for him to get this money. This isn't a good flex on the Trolls DSP. This is like pathetic and sad.
Sorry about that, folks. Looks like the streak has to continue.
He never really looks at the lengths it took for him to hit the goal. All these times, like he's gonna say, I guarantee you on the podcast today, he's gonna say,
So last night we're doing Black Ops 6, and we started earlier, and no one's showing up, and we were all nervous about the goal. But look, guys, I'm very grateful. But hey, if the streak ends, it ends, man. You know, it is what it is, man. It's all good, man. You know, like I'm glad I was gonna get it, but like at the last minute, the Hail Mary tip was from Meaty Boner. Yes, I wish I was joking, but he came in at the because I don't want to be mean, okay? But they came at the last minute and dropped the bomb. Now, guys, this was a circumstance, right? But guys, now I think we're gonna be able to go full steam ahead, guys, okay? To hit the goal and crush the Trolls. Because we really crushed them, guys. You should have seen them on Twitter. They were like saying, the streak is over, the streak is over. But look at it now. It continues, guys. It continues, it continues. It continues, guys. The streak continues because of your support.
That's the
And you have to
prediction.
keep being fucking felted. Every
I'm
single
so felted. I'm so felted, Phil. You had to like cry and beg and like roll around in the mud and stay overtime, even though you said you couldn't, to get the money. Wow, I'm so felted.
Stream. It continues.
Damn.
You fucking restreamer losers who have
Damn.
no fucking content for yourselves. Kiss my ass. All right.
Damn, you got us,
Burger
Phil.
King is back on the menu. All right, guys.
Okay, guys. I love that they. Oh man, so defeating. Let's just take a look at today. Did he hit the goal? Oh no, guys. Now,
You
guys.
might say, well, I don't understand. Why can't you just have one HDMI cable that swaps between your gaming PC?
I am terrified to know what this is. I think he's just talking about the fucking PC he still hasn't bought yet. Because he wants to wait until Black Friday because, it's Black Friday. House of Rebellion.
I need to
Oh,
remember
man.
it will have to deal with that
Oh,
every
boy.
single day. Probably that was what I was about, but not anymore. I've changed. These people are some of the sickest, most toxic,
Oh, God.
and I became mature. Others, okay? I know that now. There's too little time in life. Corrupt,
Oh, man.
crying losers who can't handle my success, and every single stream that I hit my goal, it hurts them a little more.
Oh, man.
And it takes away a little more of their little dark, twisted, corrupted, sickened souls.
Okay.
And so I will continue to crush this fucking streak every single day.
I love how matter of fact he is, as if like he has control of hitting the goal, and it's not something that's dependent on people who give him money. I want to think about this, right? Let's think about this. Because the way he's talking, it really is as if he perceives that he has some kind of control over his audience to give him money. Not literal pignosis or stuff that he's gonna exaggerate what I'm saying about saying, oh, I don't have magic power, but the goals are only hit because people give you money. That's the only thing. A thing that's dependent on other people's actions. So how can he tell us that he's gonna crush the goals when he doesn't give himself any money to put into the goal, correct? So how is he gonna crush it if it's dependent on other people?
Regardless of people knowing if my times have changed or not.
But if he ended on time that he said he would, he wouldn't have hit the goal. But guess what? He went overtime. This flex is brain dead. Brain dead. Stupid. The old classic DSP insult.
Because every single time
Mouth
you make
drooler.
an awful person seethe, cope, to crush this fucking streak every single
God.
day, regardless of people knowing if my times have changed or not, because every single time that you make an awful person
So if you're saying to crush the goal, if they don't know the time, he should just fuck around then. Just do that. Do that then. What? But again, he said this during the fucking daily rap. He said I would be upset if it ends because of a technicality. But now he's like, it says it doesn't matter. Fucking wow, man.
seethe, cope, and cry is a win.
I am not crazy.
There's two knowing if my times have changed or not, because every single time that you make an awful person seethe, cope, and cry is a win.
Man. So did Rich win when you got felted and thinking that he was crazy?
There's too little time in life to sit around wishing harm on others, trying to.
But isn't that the same thing? You are sitting there bragging about how the trolls are felted all the time. Isn't that just the same thing as me saying, "Oh, I wish Phil doesn't hit that goal"? It's the same thing, stupid. You're just like us, actually. Actually, no, I take that back because he says a lot of dumb shit. So he's not like us at all. He's like I can't think of an insult. Damn it.
hurt
Whatever.
others, being jealous of others. Okay? I know that now. When I was younger, I didn't understand that. And I was kind of similar to how my trolls and detractors are today.
No, you weren't. Shut up.
But I grew up and I
I grew
became
up.
mature. And now I understand it's about positivity,
How
fun.
was he like us back then when he started doing videos shitting on Rich and other lolcows on his podcast? Like, isn't that more like us now than what he was doing back then, where he tried not to talk about drama? Let's think about this one too, guys.
Good content, and having a great positive future. I'm not here to be toxic. I'm not here to do nasty things. At one point in the past, yeah, probably that was what I was about, but not anymore. I've changed. These people are some of the sickest, most toxic, disgusting people on the planet. That's why they wish harm of me. That's why they want all these bad things upon me. And
No, I just look. I'm not saying he should try Clorox bleach because I wish him ill will. I am just genuinely curious about the taste, and he does. DSP tries it. He could perfectly tell me how it tastes in that video. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why he's misconstruing it as if I'm wishing him harm when I'm just saying, guys, I just want to see how bleach tastes like, and I don't want to drink it because I'm an idiot. And he could do that. He has DSP tries it. Come on.
the success that I'm having to go away.
Bullshit.
It's not going to go away. Every single fucking day that they act like this, I am going to redouble my efforts to make content that people want and will support. Do you understand?
This is like, again, a nothing statement. He might as well brag about breathing. Guys, I am gonna breathe. I will eat food. I will get out of bed. I will take a shower. Wow. Good for you. I mean, that's like the basic thing to do to live, but good on you, man.
And me, they're never going to win. Even if the streak ends, the streak will come back. Even if we have a few slow days, there's gonna be.
So then, why did you stay overtime to hit the goal? Okay. For fun. He did it for the lulz.
Days of positivity and support and fun. It's never going to end. I'm always going to be here until the day that I choose not to stream.
No shit. Like, I don't know why he thinks that we think that he's gonna stop streaming. He can't stop streaming because he needs to make money. That's the fundamental law of America. You need to make money. You're born to make money. He's doing this as a job. And the only way that he's not gonna be able to make money is if somehow all his whales grew a brain and decided we will not waste our money on this guy. But no, he nurtured a very like weak, a weak group of attention whores that love the attention that this guy showers them. It's kind of the same reason titty streamers still exist. Like, it's really, really funny that this dude gets so mad about titty streamers when he kind of has the same purpose of living in a way. Like, they both are successful because that's what they're doing. Like, yeah, of course they're not gonna go away because this is your job. Like, and of course the day you're gonna end is gonna be the day you're gonna retire. Like, yeah, okay, good for you. I mean, it's really like he wants us to wish him ill will, it seems.
The day that I hang it up and say, I'm done, I'm retired, I'm moving on with my life, will be my choice, not theirs. They have absolute...
And again, he brings up when he makes fun of like other people for like failing, like Rooster Teeth and all that stuff. They have like a whole team of people and investments that kind of like may not be feasible to like go on, and they have different ways of making money. This dude is purely just sitting there saying, guys, I need money, and all this other stuff, and all these other ways that other streamers make money. Like, that's how he's making money, and how he's able to outlive, like, big corporations that have workers to pay, companies to please, investors to please, and all this other, like, metric bullshit that matter more so for them than him. Like, he has very low investment into his own fucking streams. Like, it's really not a stretch that he can like survive like this. Is that people make fun of it because look at the cost of him doing this. He has to sit there and like beg and moan and like harp on it over his audience over and over and over, not back to back, but like ever so often, so that they remember. Oh, we need to crush the trolls. Oh yeah.
Absolutely no power, no control, and no effect on my fucking life, period. And it will have to deal with that every single day, because every day I'm here, they suffer and I win, and we have a great time together, and that's what it's all about. Fuck detractors and toxic people. They're no-life losers, and this planet would be better if they all didn't exist.
This is kind of funny in full circle, though, if you think about it, because this is the same shit we've heard even before Kino Casino interfered with his life. The same thing. He gets money and then he's like this, like he strokes another one for himself, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, man, like this is what it's all about. Fuck detractors. The world will be better. I thought you wanted everyone to be happy, though. This dude is all about everyone should be happy, and now he's saying they should all die, but in a PC way, so that YouTube doesn't like get him got, you know? He needs to like say it in a PC way so people don't get mad. By the way, this shirt does not fit him. Like, it just doesn't fit him. Was he wearing this when he was like 10 years old? This is a shirt I would see a 10-year-old wear.
Done.
Done.
Okay. So, some shout outs, and then we're gonna
What?
Not once. I don't have a reason.
What sparked this, though?
If that were the case, with this
Oh god.
streak would now be at around
Oh god. I don't know what it is. YouTube seems to be fucking up DSP streams more frequently than anything else.
I wanted to continue. I love the momentum we have.
Okay. Yeah, I figured I think I know where this is going. This is saying like I wanted to continue, and this and that.
What
like,
if my piping bursts? Like I've been warned here in my community that if your piping bursts, you should have a certain amount of money saved up to try to get it repaired or replaced, right? So I need to start having money for that stuff, and I don't. I don't have credit or anything. I went through a bankruptcy 4.5 years ago. My credit has not recovered yet. It takes around 7 years for credit to come back after a bankruptcy. So,
but why can't you use Kat's credit? I mean, doesn't she have an interest in the house? I mean,
so I need to wait. I'm waiting it out. So,
divorce art, guys.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
I'm hoping for the best. I really am, and I hope that you guys will continue hang out with me, despite the fact there may be some some weird streams coming up of me messing around with a new PC and stuff and getting it working, right?
Oh man, we're gonna like do this with the PC.
Okay.
Oh boy, I hope it
Is the new
breaks.
PC air or liquid cooled? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Oh my god, dude.
I know
This
that you
dude.
really don't want liquid cooling.
Why?
Like, I'm well aware of that. What just happened?
Aren't
We're
liquid
dying.
cooling only for like bigger rigs that are like industrial? Like I don't think you'd want that for a home PC. Like that sounds a little excessive. Anyways, that's where I'm gonna end it because this is a stream. I don't know where to stop and start all this stuff. I'll have to watch it when I can. But I hope you like this video. I'll try to do a like a weekly thing about this. But I hope to see you in the next one. As always, as it's you know what time it is.
Time to skedaddle on out of
Time
here.
to get out of here. All right. Bye, everyone. Have a good rest of your week and see you next time. Bye.